Well, hello everyone. Welcome. Welcome. It's just me today. We are waiting for Mark to get ready. Sorry about the slightly later delay in starting the stream, but we are all good to go, I believe. Thank you, Drossi, for popping in and setting up the crops and everything. And just me today. You don't need anyone else. I am the only commentator you'll ever need because I am the best. Oh, looks like we're all ready. Oh, okay. We have a small rule gentleman's agreement between our runners. There will be no orb swap to protect hand health. It is a gentleman's agreement between the two runners. Weff and Mark have agreed on it. And that's just so lovely that they're cool pals and do that. All right, I am going to drop the gate for them, and we will get going here. Hand health. Mark's hands can't quite handle the rapid switching you need for orb swapping, so Weff and Mark have made an agreement, a virtual handshake over it, and it is great. The race will begin as soon as our live stream catches up to reality. Yeah, self-care. Thank you, SpeedGaming, for hosting our tournament. This is really great. Timespinner Randomizer is a lovely little randomizer. If you've never heard of the game, it's a lovely Metroidvania. You should definitely purchase it, and I am unbiased. The music in here is lovely by the wonderful Jeff Ball. And here we have our first orb, which is Eye Orb. And then Aura Blast Minus. We are playing with damage rando, which means that some of the orbs are normal. Some of the orbs are minus, which means they have half damage. And some of them are plus, which means they have double damage. So we don't have any pluses yet, but Eye Orb is pretty dang good. Quite a few things resist Sharp, which is not as good as it could be, but it being normal is pretty good, and it's a good orb in the base game anyway. For those of you who are interested in this randomizer, it's very beginner friendly. There's even a built-in map tracker inside the game itself. Open up your mini-map and press and hold attack, and you will see all the places you can get to that might have something. So we got Gun Orb, or Gorb, as the experts would like to call it. And it looks like Weff is doing the check to the left, and then head to the right to the castle. We'll see if Mark follows that. Looks like Mark might be going left to get that warp point. We will see. We are playing Inverted Seed, which means they start in the past timeline. This game has two timelines, or time periods. Okay, so Jin Inferno, we just picked up on Weff's side, is a really good seed. Really good spell here. It is plus, which means it does double damage. It's the strongest spell in the game. It does have a high magic cost, but it would be kind of hard to use if it didn't have a glitch associated with it. Basically, start casting as fast as possible. You can cast it indefinitely. So we got a very meaty meatball there. Weff checking out the upper Caves of Banishment. Sometimes a good call, sometimes not. A pretty safe call, even if you don't have Water Mask or the Pyramid Keys, which is your fast travel. You can always quit warp, like Weff is doing here, or you go all the way to the end of the cave, and there is a free warp back to the NPC village. Early bombardment, Mark picked up on the left side and has 1 hit point. Please don't do that to my heart. Oh god. Bombardment is also a really good spell. It's basically shotgun. And the downside is you do have to get close to the enemy, but it's got a pretty cheap cost and pretty high damage. Ah, poison ticked. Yeah, that'll do it. We got Weff heading into the castle ramparts. And they are inverted starting in the past, which means the enemies here hit a little harder than the beginning of the game expects them to. But with these expert runners, it's no big deal. Just don't get hit. It's fine. Ooh, that's a tablet. That's a real good pickup. That might not be required, but it opens up a lot of checks in the present timeline. In order to get to the present timeline, though, they need to find the twin pyramid keys, and that is also their fast travel, so they're hoping to find that early. Twin pyramid keys is optional if you start non-inverted or normal, so that's why for tournaments we tend to go with with inverted seeds so that you are guaranteed to have the pyramid keys, because if you don't have them, it's a bit of a tour guide seed where you're backtracking a whole bunch, and it's a little rough. Same reason why we are starting with Talaria attachment or a fast seed. That is what's allowing Weff to zoom along the floor gracefully, like a swan, and opens up a few things because with jump and horizontal dash you can get a little further than you normally would. But we're really looking for some more vertical movement. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see the item trackers, and I think that's a little bit on me because I told the volunteer that everything was fine. So sorry about that. I could... Yeah, it was set up last minute. I could ping them if I wanted to, if chat really would like those item trackers. Might be helpful. I don't know, what do you guys think? Got Weff doing the basement loop. And the basement loop is a nice loop in the castle that takes you back to where you started, so there's basically no reason not to do it. It does have some fairly tough to dodge enemies, especially if you only have single jump, but you can still manage to dodge around them. I haven't noticed either of them picking up anything important for the seed anyway. So I think it'll just be a memory test for all of us. It is nice to have when there are divergences. Oh, there's the tracker. Someone might have heard me. Oh, thank you, Guardian Angel, whoever found the trackers. Sent from heaven. Alright, so we got several key cards. Those are used in the present to open up certain gates. We have the A key card from Weff, which is optional maybe. We got the D key card, which might be optional depending on the warp they get when they pick up the Twin Pyramid keys. And we also got V key card, which is usually worthless unless you have the tablet, which we do have. Weff doing a safety save before going into the first boss we have here. This boss is the Golden Idol location, but we have Boss Rando on, and we have Cantaran. Oof. Cantaran without double jump is a little not great. Doable. It's fine. Oof. Ow. Cantaran here is a late game boss, so the patterns kind of assume you have double jump and a few other things to your... Oh, he does have double jump. Where was that? I missed it. Cantaran's still rough, hits like a truck, and yeah. Just under twins, okay. Cool. So Cantaran here, late game boss, hits pretty hard, but has a pretty good telegraph for most of his attacks. And we got the Pendulum. Could be worse, it prevents poison, but we're not really looking for the Pendulum. It will help when Weff maybe decides to go down into the caves where there are poisonous things, but for now, not as useful as some of the other things he could have found. Got Mark heading through the castle, gonna go do that basement loop. Possibly find the A key card. They did pick up something pink, which Weff's tracker is slightly squished. But I can see the pixels just on the right of his tracker showing that he does have the pink item. And that is just a few checks, but it is always good to have something pink to open that room while you're on the way through the castle. We got a Boop the Warp and backtracking. Because while technically possible with double jump and horizontal dash, Elana's tower is very vertical oriented. Yeah, I saw the plus Plasma Geyser. I think that was near the twins as well, the twin spot. I'm not sure I agree with this routing by Weff, but going up into those castle verticality spots is a real struggle if you don't have anything other than double jump. But it is technically possible. Yeah. Usually, runners are going to want to wait until they have at least one more vertical option, either Light Wall or Celestial Sash, to go up into the towers, because there are some checks you'll have to abandon if you do that. We got Weff heading back left through the forest, and Mark on his way to fight the Cantaran spot. We'll see how Mark fares. There's also the ones in the hidden room on the right side of the courtyard. Well, the right side of the courtyard, not the hidden room, has, you need something to get up there. You need time stop or something else. The pendulum coming in handy here because those moths can poison you, as we saw with Mark. Here we have Mark heading up against Cantaran. Not necessarily something you want to see, because Cantaran is awful. Setting up his setups here. They do have a fire source, multiple fire sources, so heading through Lake Serene, they can burn the vines, which opens up checks in the present. And Weff also picked up the water mask, so he can full clear Lake Serene here. Both up and down. Cantaran, please stop. Can you not? Got a little mini boss of a bird here. We'll see if Weff comes back to double check. Oh, just double. Oh, okay then. So we got Elana in Cantaran's spot. Elana is also someone who hits kind of like a truck, and she's got way more hit points here, so that may be a little rough. Weff did not save before coming in here, so we'll see if that was a regret or not. We have gotten her all the way to her desperation attack, though. All the bosses have a slight change in pattern once they get to about half health. Some of them, it's a completely new move. Like Elana's here has that horizontal laser beam. But some bosses just add some variety to their behavior, like doing more swipes on boots. Congratulations, marcmagus, defeating Cantoran. So you get a little bit of an indication of how far you are through the boss with their desperation attack. Yeah, Eye Orb is one of the great orbs to do orb swapping on, but because of the Gentleman's Agreement, we're not going to be doing that. Taking out those vines for the present. And we're hoping we're going to find Pyramid Keys somewhere around here. It means that all that backtracking would have been will not be that bad. Got Corruption Plus, which means Nether is plus. That's pretty good. All the enemies in this game have weaknesses and strengths. Water Mask was in Pink Room. I didn't notice that last time. So Pink was actually required for once. All enemies have weaknesses and strengths and neutrals to different elements of orbs. You can tell while fighting them if it is a gray number, they are strong to it, white is normal, and red means that they are weak to that. And part of getting good at this randomizer is learning that sort of knowledge base of what kinds of orbs are really good in what areas. Late Desolation in the present has a lot of things strong to sharp, so you're going to want something other than sharp attack. Looks like, yep, Mark is backtracking as well. Yeah, no one wants to do Aelana's Tower with just double jump. Got a lot of abandoned checks, so we're going to hope that we find those Pyramid Keys. Dusk Ring Plus. We're getting hints of our plus orbs, but not finding many plus orbs themselves. Just some normal ones. With touching the warp point there, those are your fast warp points. If he finds the Twin Pyramid Keys, you'll be much easier to warp to certain spots. He will need to use one of the warps, though, before he can use a warp shard. Well, Yarno, it's only a mistake if there's actually nothing there. So it could be that Twin Pyramid Keys are in Aelana's Tower, and Celestial Sash, and the Wheel. It could have been all of that is in the tower, and it's kind of looking like it. It's only a mistake after you know whether there's stuff there. Yeah, we haven't found much over here. We got the Maw here at the Azure Queen spot. The Maw is weak to the Ice Orb, and the Ice Orb is really good on things that don't move, and the Maw does not move. So we're just going to throw ice in his face until he dies. Oh, come on! Nothing! Lake Serene had nothing! Oof. Well, it's not a complete waste of time, because having the Water Mask here means that Weff can go down through the Maw Caves and loop back around with the elevator at the end. So not too much backtracking, but that is just not what you want to see. That there's absolutely nothing in Lake Serene. Everything they found there, they had something else of, like the fire source or the pink source. There was something else that they already had that worked for that. Mayef helping by attacking the Mushroom Tower and causing spores to come out, as always. Mayef is always helpful. Mark also going after the Cantoran spot right away. I believe with horizontal dash and double jump, you can clear out the maw caves, I believe. Might be forgetting something. But Jackpot Room you can get to with horizontal dash and double jump, and that's the hardest one to get to. Yes, there is a randomizer. It's really awesome, very beginner friendly, and there's a great community. Yeah, even the developer of the original game loves it. The developer of the randomizer is ts_Yarno in chat. And, yeah, it's great. Going to repeat. Oh, there's the pyramid keys, so thank God. What we're looking for in this randomizer for the end goal is all pieces of the Timespinner. So we need the wheel, the spindle, and 3 gears so that we can unlock the true end. But we still need to get to the lab with that, and we need keycard B, maybe C, and at least one more vertical option. We found our twin pyramid keys, though. For those of you who are just coming here and unfamiliar with the randomizer, there are lots of different flags you can toggle so that you can have a customized experience. We are playing with Boss Randomizer. We are playing with Damage Randomizer. We are playing with Stinky Maw. You may notice that Linnaeus is kind of suffocating here when she normally doesn't in vanilla. That's because there is a flag that says you require the gas mask to defeat the Maw here. And for the randomizer tournament, we allow people to break that logic if they feel like it. But you have to be very confident you can take out whatever is in the Maw's spot in time before Linnaeus just suffocates and dies. Thank you for gifting that sub to the developer of the randomizer. Weff already knows that the surface stuff in that cave is absolutely nothing because he did a little dip down here before. Still looking for those Timespinner pieces. Absolutely nothing so far. We're also playing with lore checks, so any of the floating letters you can find in the past or the memories in the present have an item associated with them. And we are also playing with downloadable items, so we got DLC for your items, where if you have the tablet and you go and download things in the library or the lab, you can find an item there. We were playing inverted, so they started in the past. We were playing with start with Mayef because Mayef is adorable. Oh, Weff made the jump. Awesome. I would download a Timespinner. Just watch me. Weff gonna check the underwater stuff he didn't get to see last time. Mark going after the Maw in the Azure Queen spot. And realizing, oh, there's a keycard B that is required. Plasma Plus is pretty dang fun. Welcome, Lily! You made it. We got Plasma Plus, which is fun. Get a free teleport back. And seeing what our warp is in the present. It's going to be a randomized one, Varn-de-Grey Metropolis. So we do need that C key card. Gonna go see who's in Boots' spot. It's Boots! Is this even randomized? The people in the randomizer community call that boss Boots because the cat who voiced him was named Boots, and he was a good little boy. He was my cat. We got keycard C there and internal coat. So Upper Lake Desolation fire checks is looking pretty good. Boots and cats, boots and cats, boots and cats. That Eternal Coat is late game equipment, so it boosts all your stats quite a lot, so now Weff can just smash Luna's face into most things and not worry about it. Forbidden Tome Plus, also a good orb to have. We're finally finding those plus orbs. Alright, I think Weff might be heading into the library because there's quite a few free checks in there. Just have to get there. Luckily, with double jump and horizontal dash, the sewer is not nearly as annoying as it is the first time you go through it. We're also playing with specific keycards. In the vanilla game, normally a higher level security card access means that you would be able to access everything below it. So the A key card would open every single door below it. B would just unlock everything except for A. But that meant that the randomizer was a little less complex. You can turn that off if you want. You can have vanilla key cards if you want. But for the randomizer tournament here, we all agreed to have specific key cards. So A opens A only. Buying some warp shards. And selling Azure Stoles. Those are some of the best accessories you can get. Rare drops from the Royal Guard equivalent in the present. I forget their name. The blue ones. Mark thinking about where to go. Finally has the Twin Pyramid keys. Looks like he might be considering... Yeah, he briefly considered doing Maw, but going to the present instead. Oh, nothing from the Timespinner. We are also playing with the Gyre. I never know how to pronounce it. That endgame place that's all randomized that has Ravenlord and Ifrit in it. We have that also included in the randomizer. Up there at the top of the library, you may have noticed that Yorn was just standing there for some reason. If you pick up the familiar Kobo, you don't have to equip him, but if you have Kobo, he unlocks the Ifrit boss right there in that room, in the Kickstarter backer area. We also have Ravenlord hidden in the lab, because Ravenlord is very rough to fight. And then we also have the randomized part, itself, oh my god, at the start of the military hangar. Okay, that was a great room. We had 1 gear, which is required, and Celestial Sash, which is the best vertical movement in the game. Infinite vertical movement, finally going to Aelana's tower to take her out. Now that Weff has full vertical, I think the full past is his oyster. This is my favorite song in the game. A lot of people enjoy the Lake Serene one as well, which is also real good, but this one is my favorite. I also really love that sunset in the background. Very beautiful art in this game. And we got Genza! Time to electrocute your blob bomb. Not saving, but got Meatball here, Meatball Plus, and Weff is pretty high level for this. Got Mark going through boots in the boot spot. Having no problem with boots at boots. Boots and cats and boots and cats. Weff has 2 Azure Stoles and an Eternal Coat, so he's feeling pretty invincible at this point. Then we're going to use our Warp Shard to get out of the tower. Does he remember that he didn't take out Ma yet? I don't think he does. Nope. I think he's going to try and break logic now. Wait, no, he's got the gas mask. I even saw that. It's off the side of the tracker, in fairness to me. I can see there's like 3 pixels of the gas mask there. Here we got Young Dad, and with Plasma Plus, he just melts. He is weak to Plasma and only Plasma. He is strong to Aura and only Aura. And now we can Warp Shard and head back to the present and head into the lab because, as Weff would always say, lab is always money. And at this point, I think he's going to be correct because he has 4 pieces of that Timespinner still looking for it. Ah, thank you, Urza. Mark going through. We'll see if Mark takes the gamble. Nope, not going into Zarian Caves. Everyone hates Zarian Caves. Empire Plus! Empire Orb is one of the strongest hitting orbs in the game, and making it plus is just ridiculous. Mark might break logic. It's one of those things that you consider as the longer the seed goes on, the more desperate you get. And having horizontal dash and pyramid keys means that it's very easy to emergency warp out of that gas area if you break logic. We might see Ravenlord on Weff's side. He is in the lab now. Gonna go turn off the power. There's that spindle. The teleport that Weff passed on the way through the military hangar is where you can get to the randomized part of the Gyre. And it is technically only in logic if you have the Timespinner wheel, but again, it's one of those, you can go in there if you want. It just might be that you get stuck in a room with one of those enemies that only shows up and is damageable when you stop time. And you're just stuck there, waiting. Mark is trying the logic break. We'll see if it pays off. There's that wheel! And light wall! Super money. I didn't know that, Lily, that Empire is so strong that you can't nerf it too much without making Aura Serpent completely useless. Yeah, this is a rough boss for Stinky Maw trying to break the logic. Hey, Weff remembered the 2 memories here. Oof, and we got a death on Mark side. That's rough. I didn't see what was peaked over here, but apparently it's something he needs. Oh, it's a gear! Yep. You can always look at that item before triggering the mini-boss against that experiment, so most runners will dip in and look at it to see if they even need to go there, and it was a gear, so yeah. Had to go there. Getting Ravenlord, yeah! It's not going to be Ravenlord itself, but let's see who's here with the massive hit points. Ah! Final boss! At least one phase of them. Unfortunately for Sandman, he is weak to Meatball, and we have Meatball Plus. And he's dead. Weff was doing the glitch with the Meatball there, where he casted it pretty rapidly, and was able to get it free after the first cast. It's one of the only glitches usually allowed in glitchless settings, because it's actually harder to not actually use that glitch. If you just cast your spell as fast as possible, you're going to be using the glitch. It's like nearly impossible to avoid. Mark getting that B key card. And then we got Nightmare here. So the 2 bosses in the lab were Nightmare and Sandman. Nightmare is only weak to Radiant, which we don't have right now. Well, we did have Light Wall, but it was just faster not to deal with that. Weff is only looking for 1 gear. So it could be really quick, or it could be we have to full clear the map because it's in some weird obscure spot that no one wants to go to. Weff is checking the bottom of Dad's tower here first, because it's pretty quick. There's the gear! Well, there you go. Weff is in go mode. Unfortunately, I don't think this is a lead that marcmagus can recover from. So I believe we are seeing Weff heading to the endgame, provided Weff doesn't die like a million times. He is going to be fine. We got Weff going after Varndegroth. Varndegroth is the second boss in vanilla game, but when he's in Randomizer, he can get a little scary, because he has some of the more complicated patterns. But when you have a Meatball, why would you want to be scared? You don't need to be scared if you got Meatball. Mark trying out Zarian Caves, which we know has nothing, unfortunately. But that's not Mark's fault. There's no way to know as you are running these things, because there could be something there could not be something there. We broke time. Time to see who is the god of this world. This is a pretty dang fast seed for Weff. I wonder if Weff is going to try and show off and do Light Wall skip despite not needing to. He hasn't equipped Light Wall on any of his loadouts, so I don't think he will. Yes, I am God now. Nope, Weff just is going for it. If anyone is interested in the randomizer, the Discord for it is actually the official Timespinner Discord. I don't have a link to that on hand. It's somewhere. Ah! It's Dad again. We have a rare spot with Rishia. And we have Plasma Plus, so Dad here is not gonna last very long. And he's done. I don't have it on hand. Thank you, Yarno. So join that Discord. The randomizer is its own little subsection on that Discord. We got Golden Idol for the final boss, which with Shotgun is not a good time for Golden Idol. He's weak to Shotgun. The community is really welcoming and friendly to newbies. Thank you. Thank you, Banzai. And that's it! Exclamation points for Weff. I looked away and he was done. Basically 39 on the dot. Official time was 39:58, and Mark has forfeited slightly later. And that's fair because Mark has still none of the Timespinner pieces, which is rough. Everyone exclamation points in chat because Lunaeus says exclamation point at the end of the run. Let's see if we can get the participants in to chat about it. I know Weff is on his lunch break, so he may not have time to join me. But that was a good run. I think Weff lucked out on finding Celestial Sash pretty quickly. And yeah, just casually doing this during lunch break. But yeah, that was a real fun seed to watch. Really backloaded on those Timespinner pieces. Most of it was in lab, so good to have lab B money. Okay, Narcos, done and forfeit. Okay. Done and forfeit. I'm doing these right. Alright, they should be having a link now. I know what I'm doing, I swear. Waiting for Weff to join me, hopefully. It's hard to fill dead air when it's just me. Usually I have someone to lean on here while we wait for, there's that Weff. That Weff guy. And there's Mark. Let's see if they join me soon. I wonder if I'm supposed to drag them into... They can join me at some point. There you are!
Wow.
Yeah.
Mark,
yeah.
Race time chat that you weren't even close. I guarantee you are a lot closer than you think you are.
So, most of the Timespinner pieces were in lab.
I mean, I am where I am. I'm sure it's all going to come together as I continue. I'll probably play it on my own time, but
Okay.
Weff, so you know, I haven't even gone to the tower in the past yet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He hasn't found a Celestial Sash yet.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You'll find it.
You'll find it.
I made a play which felt good at the time and clearly didn't pay off, so...
Yeah, you'll find it.
There's no wrong decisions in Randomizer. Like, they're
Yeah,
all
I was like...
the right choice at the time.
I was like, well, I kind of want to just go over here. And then I did, and it had the sash, and I was like, well, never mind.
Yeah.
Yep. And then...
So, okay, where was the sash?
You know where the military hangar portal is?
Uh-huh.
The lore and the treasure chests that are right next to the military hangar portal?
Oh, wow.
And
Over
also,
there?
wasn't there a gear there, too?
Yeah, there was also a gear there.
Yeah,
Well, the
so
gear
both of
doesn't
those
matter,
things.
but Sash being over there,
It's rough.
That's huge.
Yeah, no, I was like, I could go climb the tower, but I want to go grab this portal. And I was like, well,
I might as well check these too. You usually don't have anything, but
yeah, I mean, there's a lore on the way to the portal, and then there's the lore and the treasure chest that are right by the portal. And I was like, well, there's 3 checks over here. It's not like that. I was like, and maybe I'll get like an elevator key card or something. And I was like, oh, it's the Sash. I'm going to go back to the past again.
Yeah, that's tremendously huge. After Golden Idol, I like to since we had Hairpin, I like to go up and tag that warp before turning around right at the beginning of Royal Towers. And yeah, seeing the water mask up in I guess it was in Pink Room on the way, I was really excited that maybe something was slightly going my way, but
Oh yeah, no, I just went up to tag that portal after the twins fight,
yeah, same thing.
and
then.
so I got the
And
and
grabbed
so I
it
got
on the way
pink.
also, yeah.
I mean, you get pink right there. It's like, I should probably just go do that.
pink being required was weird. And also weird is that Lake Serene, both up and down, had nothing.
Nothing at all. I didn't even do the bottom of Lake Serene.
Yeah, up and
well,
down had
that's good.
nothing.
Well, no, I didn't do the bottom of Desolation. My bad. I did bottom of Serene.
You did bottom of Serene, I remember, because I was mad about there being nothing.
There was nothing there. Spend all
So
that time
yeah, I
swimming
know
and you get
sometimes
nothing.
you'll skip those. Both of us, we talked about this in the past week. Sometimes we'll skip those 2 chests directly under Idol. And when Hairpin was there, that was my big moment of maybe Weff decided to go left before taking the trek out to here.
Yeah,
And that would have been huge if so.
I've decided that's a really good save and quit opportunity
Ah,
because you hit that save coming out of the castle loop, and the only thing that's to the right of that, if you don't have vertical, are those 2 checks. And so if they're
That's
nothing,
good,
you can just
yeah.
save and quit, and you've
so,
lost.
so you've
only
only
half the
lost
time.
the time getting up, but not back.
Yeah,
That's fair.
that's a
yeah.
good choice. Yep. All right, good race, y'all.
Cool. Yeah, good game. Well
I
done.
was like, man, where are the time spinner pieces? And then I was like, oh, well, there's the gear behind Experiment 13. Okay, I'll have to do that. And then I'm climbing up, and I'm like, there's the
spindle.
gear in the conveyor belt room, or there's a spindle in the conveyor belt room. And then I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, where's the gas mask?
The gas mask is also it's in the military hangar, I think.
Military hangar, I think. No, you
No,
had
that
it.
can't
You
be.
had it before
Oh.
you did Ma. Where was Mask?
I went. I had to go back and kill.
Probably like in the towers or something reasonable.
Yeah, it might be in the towers. I had to go back and kill them all.
Lower
Because I
struggle
forgot-
juggle. Lower struggle juggle.
Oh,
was
lower
Mask.
struggle juggle. Yeah,
That
I
works.
had actually forgotten twice that I hadn't killed them all yet.
Yeah, I
That's
saw you
funny.
warping to the present and even commented on it. It's like, did he forget that he hasn't done them all? Yep, he did.
Well, when I went left to check Upper Lake Desolation, I also had thought I had killed them all. I was
Yeah.
like,
But when you went
I
right out of
screwed
that warp, I'm like, And
I
then you see
screwed up.
the bar, but it's not that hard to go and kill them all. There's a warp right there.
no, and I was like, well, I'll just get the fire checks and the ones behind, and like it was nothing, but I was like, it wasn't that bad of a play. But
But yeah, like, so you know where I am. I've just finished Zarian Cave, everything but the Zarian fight, for nothing.
oh no,
Yeah, I saw you going down there, and with my knowledge of everything was, oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
no.
you know, I've got
Missing-
a card, and I know Weff is favored over me. He's more likely to win in any arbitrary race, so I need to make some
Gambles.
some big plays, and that felt like a time to make that gamble, and maybe that's where Sash is, and
If there
suddenly
was
things are
stuff
looking
there.
great.
Yeah.
Like if Sash is down there and he found a light wall somewhere out of the way and struggled his way up tower, or had to go back to tower or something, because it's a bad enough seed from where I'm sitting, we could be
Yeah.
in that situation,
the
then
longer
maybe
the
I can
seed
recover.
goes on, the more desperate you get on these kinds of calls.
yeah. And when you're sitting at wait, so you had 0 pieces of the time spinner.
I have
then.
0 pieces
Zero.
of the time spinner.
So at that point, Zarian Cave seems pretty good.
Yeah, there's a
Like
bunch of
that seems
checks
like a
there,
really good
and
play.
you haven't won yet. Like something's going on.
Yeah, no. I
Well,
was
okay,
like, there's-
it's not that long a seed, so that would be
no,
more
yeah. It's like
in
it's
another
just
10
all
minutes.
starts.
But
It just all kinds of starts falling into place. Like I had nothing, and I was like, "This is gonna take an hour." And then I was like, "Oh, there's a gear." Oh, there's a gear.
Right, sure.
There
I
is
have
no
a lot of
gears.
progression items. I've unlocked every gate, but yeah.
But, yeah, I was wondering if you had found Lightwall or something, but no, Lightwall's also in the
No,
lab.
I have no I have only succubus hairpin.
Lightwall is
vertical.
also in the lab.
Mhm.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Everything's in lab. Extra money.
Lab was off the chain.
And so it was just take that B key card you found. I remember seeing it too. It was like on the way to library or something.
Yes.
Somewhere in the present, somewhere weird in the present, and just take
Well,
that
yeah.
and go right was the difference. Wow.
Yeah, I wanted to just go right because I had the B and I wanted to grab that teleport.
Yeah, it's a nice teleport to have. You know you have to go there sometime.
Yeah, I mean, because I was like, I mean, and again, it was like, well, if I find the elevator key card on the way, then I'll just go ahead and do tower. Like, it was.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I would rather run to the left of the military hangar portal to get to the tower than run to the right from the library. And so that's.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at that moment, I was very focused on clearing present because I anticipated doing a maskless maw, and I wanted to knock out those chests first because I hadn't seen a lot of healing, and I didn't think I had enough to do the maw fight and clear all those chests, so I didn't want to block them.
Yeah.
So in that
Real rough, boss
split
to try
second
that
go
on.
left or right moment, that sent me left, and wow, did that not pay off this time?
Yeah, no, that was a really
Yeah.
weird. I mean, the fact that it was right next to a gear was like.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. Yeah.
It was a real rough boss to try and do gas mask
Ooh, it hurt.
logic break. That
tried
was
it once.
Young Dad, it was real rough.
Yeah, he just kind of has a long.
He moves around so much and is invincible.
Yeah.
Long periods where you can't hit him.
Yep.
Which is, as Lunaeus is desperately holding her breath, like, come on, show up, come on!
Yeah, and the thing, like, poof, it's just Plasma Plus is in the towers, I think. And so it's just like everything just kind of fell into place.
Yeah. So like, there's a nice line where everything just comes to you, and then there's other routes.
Yeah, it was. I was very pleased
Nice.
with my routing on this one. So I mean,
Weff stumbled
30.
into
Yeah,
the
congratulations,
golden route.
Thanks, thank you so much. GG.
I mean, not stumbled. Weff
Yeah.
Weff always makes excellent routing decisions.
Yeah, it was on purpose.
Yeah, educated gambles.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
yes. GG's to both of
GG's.
you. Exclamation
GG.
points for both of you.
Thank you.
And yes, it was a real fun race. Commenting by myself is a interesting difference.
Yeah, I bet.
It's not too bad until the points where I'm trying to fill the silence until something happens.
right.
But I think I did all right. But unless there's anything else anyone wants to say,
Yes.
No, good luck next round. And I don't know who you're facing, but I'm not allowed to administrate this match because I was part of it.
mhm.
Right. No, thanks for the race, Weff, and Lemma, thank you for commentating.
Yes, and thank you, SpeedGaming, for hosting our tournament.
Yep. Thanks, everybody.
See y'all later.